No intro today, black man in trouble. Today's episode of Fatigue is featuring Lil Nas X. Now, I'm sure a lot of you heard of this man. He made Old Town Road, very famous song, and then after he literally blew up on the scene, he entered the Hollywood pedo cult. He decided to sell his soul to gay Satan. And now he was found
Hey,
like
late
this.
To the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No, go ahead, babe. No.
He was found high as a kite, walking down the streets of Los Angeles at 4 in the morning, only in his underwear and boots.
No. Go ahead, babe. No.
And instead of people actually calling the cops to try to get him help, everyone was excited to see a celebrity and decided to film him because this is a fucking hedonistic society that doesn't actually give a shit about things.
I tell you to put the phone down. Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da.
Yeah, this is so fucking sad. It really is. It really absolutely is. And as you can see, there's just endless videos and films of this gay dude out here in the streets of LA at 4 in the morning. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is he overdosed. He had reportedly been hospitalized due to a suspected overdose after being found walking through the streets of Los Angeles at 4 a.m. wearing only underwear. Turns out, literally selling your soul to Satan for the pedo cult of Hollywood was not actually a good strategy for your long-term mental health. I know that they say, be yourself, do yourself, nothing matters, welcome to nihilism, but it turns out things actually do matter. Now, shockingly, this isn't the only thing that he allegedly did. He also was apparently arrested for battery on a police officer. This is breaking news for today. This dude, he lost everything. He literally lost everything. So, allegedly arrested for battery on a police officer. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. His fans immediately disavowed him. They immediately disavowed him. It doesn't matter that he's woke and satanic and gay and black. I'm sure that his audience will be like, getting high, walking around at 4 in the morning naked, beating up police officers, this is unacceptable. Lil Nas X has been arrested for battery. Oh, fuck. On a police officer. Oh, never mind, he's good, says his fan with 222,000 likes. So yeah, obviously, you will have these people literally destroying themselves, debasing themselves, and becoming amoral pieces of fuck. And people still don't care, ultimately, because these people have also sold their soul to Satan, whether they know it or not. No, it's actually fucking terrifying and tragic. So, for those of you that are unaware, this is the story of Lil Nas X in a nutshell. In 2018, he drops Old Town Road, banger song. You know what I'm saying? I take my horse to an Old Town Road and I fuck till I can't fuck no more. That's the lyrics for those of you that aren't aware. And 2 years later, he makes this video. Obviously, I can't play it due to copyright, but essentially, it's a music video of Lil Nas X getting butt fucked by Satan. It turns out, for the record, also, to be clear, this wasn't banned anywhere. This was published on YouTube, all right? YouTube, a place where, the guidelines are so strong. If you have a video of pirate software sucking his own nipples, they will literally give you a YouTube community guideline strike, but they do not care about actual having sex, butt sex with the devil. This is fine on YouTube, all right? Now, you don't get me wrong. I am not a big fan of the Kanye West Hail Hitler song. I do, however, think he had every right to sing it, and I do think that it is way less evil than this. This is crazy that this was, like, literally on every streaming platform. It's disgusting. Now, you sell your literal body and soul to Satan, and it turns out you end up going to jail for assaulting police officers and overdosing on drugs, walking around naked in the streets of Los Angeles at 4 o'clock in the morning. It turns out I personally don't think that there's too much of a divide between these things. I think that they very much come hand in hand, despite the fact that a lot of the gaytheists might not see it this way per se. Now, I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive into how Lil Nas X lost everything over the last year. This downfall was a very, very long time coming. For those of you that have been paying attention to this shit, y'all knew it was gonna happen, all right? Y'all knew it was gonna happen. And this is an example, a very obvious example of getting absolutely eaten by your fame, debasing yourself for always headlines, always clicks, always a new thing that you're running for and being driven to do for the sake of the spotlight. Pure, unadulterated hedonism, debauchery, and ego led this man to a path of self-destruction. So we're going to be going through that shit. Before we cover what actually happened yesterday, which was him actually getting arrested, I wanted to talk about how he lost everything. All right, so first we're going to be talking about how he lost everything and what I think led him to this point. And then we're going to be talking about, you know, the actual fucking tragic destruction of a person. So lock in, boys and girl. We are going to look at the people that are idolized by so many retards in the country. That's right. This person was a hero to so many young people looking up to him for being so based and cool. And he was so cool for making music videos butt fucking Satan. Damn. What a hero to look up to. Am I right, guys?
So back in 2019, Lil Nas X hit lightning in a bottle when he dropped the song Old Town Road. This guy came out of absolutely nowhere, sleeping on his sister's couch after dropping out of college, and suddenly he had the biggest song in the entire world.
Yeah.
Then I find this beat on YouTube, which is the Old Town Road beat by this guy named Young Keo. And I made this song. It was like a loner cowboy running away from everything. And Old Town Road is like this path of success, and like, you know, we want to continue on this.
Notice how that song was really not about like the debasing hedonism that you see in basically every popular song these days. Notice how there's nothing wrong with Old Town Road. It went viral, and then he immediately got scooped up by the fucking Hollywood elites and shit, and he immediately falls down this path of degeneracy. It's almost like it's artificial pushing this shit on people. It's almost like when you see some kid listening to rap music in a car about how every rap music is now fucking bitches, killing people, then a lot of N-words. That was my rendition of modern rap music. but the point that I'm trying to make is it's almost like it's artificial. Now, I'm not saying that it is, but I am saying that it's actually terrifying that these are people that get idolized. People that are completely controlled by demonic forces or something like that.
Paid $30 for the beat and released the track independently on SoundCloud.
That was back in the earlier days of TikTok, a platform that over time would gain a reputation for its ability to make unknown artists achieve hit songs.
Yeah.
This song is kind of hard.
And with Nas X having a lot of experience on the internet in his teens, he already knew how to make memes and other posts go viral organically by understanding the algorithm through the best.
It's crazy how he starts off. He starts off with like cross earrings, assuming I assume he was like a Christian guy, and then over the course of 2 years he makes a video having sex with Satan. Like, bro, oh my lord.
Teacher, trial and
Like,
error.
is that a cry for help, or is that just like absolute fucking like just the most horrific satanic propaganda ever? Or was it just for headlines and there's nothing to read into it? I look, all these things could be true. Maybe it was just for clicks.
So for months he relentlessly promoted this song through memes, trying to force a trend to get attention towards his music.
Putting it into memes and, you know, like kind of forcing it into the internet in a way.
Old Town Road
And it worked.
became a meme on TikTok. People would drink something called hee-haw juice, and the song would start up and they might be dancing in a hip-hop manner, and they would jump in the air and transform into cowboys.
The song became a trending sound, and I
Yeah.
really feel like the mixture of modern country over a trap beat really helped create this independent hit.
No, honestly, I think that Old Town Road, like, whatever, you're not here for my musical analysis. You're here to watch me make fun of retards. Today's retard is Lil Nas X, because even though I do think he fell down this fucking hedonistic cesspit, I do think that were ultimately his decisions. He's an adult. He's an adult with free will. He could have made whatever decision he wanted, and he made the ones that led him down this hedonistic, debaucherous rabbit hole. So I do think definitely he does take blame here on a personal level, for sure. Even though I think that some evil manipulators out there might have also been involved. I'm just saying. Damn it! Those Hollywood pedophiles. Arg! Arg! The woke Jews. They're at it again. They're at it again. Damn. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, I think that Old Town Road actually popped off originally because it was rap mixed with country in a way that was kind of original. It had like just a very free spirit vibe to it, and it was super memeable. And that's just kind of what it took for an unknown artist to get there. And also, people like supporting individuals. People don't like the giant mega corporations.
Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, a country song? Yes, it is also a hip-hop song. It is a country trap song. It is both.
And once Columbia Records got their hands on Lil Nas and Old Town Road, They were
That's
highly
it, baby.
incentivized to capitalize on its success,
Yep.
and really to make Nas a superstar while they do so.
How did
Because it's all artificial with these people. Like, again, from my perspective, I have always idolized, different individuals, and to certain extents, I respect some people for physical ability. I would respect some people for mental capacity. I look up to my dad, my grandfather. I had, thank God, powerful male role models in my life. And, I generally look up to good people. I try, at least. I don't respect this. Like, I respect Lil Nas X's musical ability, but the fact that they get put on, like, these celebrity pedestal status, that their word actually means something, is so artificial. And honestly, I think it's done on purpose. It's malevolently manipulating the retards of society to think that this is an important person whose word carries weight. And to be honest, it fucking doesn't, okay? It absolutely does not. He made a good song. His word means nothing. Right? It's like caring what an actor says. This actor condones Kamala Harris for president. Yeah, no one fucking cares. All right? That shit is over. I think that they tried to artificially control people by making people that were easy to control famous so that they could manipulate lots of people that looked up to those people. And I think that the facade is crumbling.
you get all this money?
I made a song about horses.
And when Billy Ray Cyrus would hop on the remix only 4 months later, it turned this bonfire into a full-blown inferno.
If you go to my past tweets, like 2 days after I put the song, like, Twitter, please help me get Billy Ray on there, because I was like, Billy Ray Cyrus would be perfect for this.
He said, hey, we got this thing, we'd love for your husband to hear it. And I actually stood up out of my chair. I stood up and go, God,
damn.
I love that.
That's so wholesome.
And as a matter of fact, this song would have several remixes, featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, Diplo, Young Thug, various BTS members, and even Mason Ramsey, the yodeling Walmart kid.
And he said he had some really great news that Lil Nas X invited me to be on his song.
And so for over a year, this song plagued the ears of every shopper, radio enjoyer,
this was
and really
everywhere.
person in the world.
I just made it here in my bedroom, and now...
Dude, my brother went on a road trip with my cousin. I was busy at the time. I would have gone. But they ended up going together. My brother, my cousin, and a friend. And they only played this song. They played this song on loop for a week. A week! I'm not even joking, man.
Now the whole entire planet is listening to it.
And as a result, Old Town Road would be solidified as one of the biggest songs of all time, racking up over 1 billion streams and topping the Billboard charts for a record-breaking 19 weeks in a row. This was actually enough to make it the fastest song of all time to reach diamond status. And you have to keep in mind that Nas had purchased the beat for Old Town Road for $30, and he recorded the entire thing in a closet in his sister's apartment. And really up until that time, the most notable thing he had done online was run a faceless fan page for Nicki Minaj and basically create viral pop culture memes.
All right.
I guess I didn't realize like how great I had become at doing like internet stuff until people started telling me. So I was like, is everybody not using the internet this way?
Right.
But yeah, you learn so much like subconsciously just doing the things that you do on the internet.
So for him to come out of nowhere like this was unprecedented, but...
You know who's shit at it? Me. This guy. I make videos that I like making that I think are important, and hopefully people watch it. That's what I do. I don't do the memes, shorts, spreading videos everywhere, that shit. Yeah. You could call me lazy. I call it driven. But only driven to do things I actually care about. So y'all feel free to share my shit everywhere. Post out of context clips trying to cancel me. All right, here, I got one for you. And Lil Nas X is black. Crazy controversy. All right, you can clip that, send it around. I'm sure that people will love it.
Not unlikely. His understanding of social media and how it played into his blow-up really cannot be emphasized enough.
Yeah, and then it turned out Lil Nas X was black. All right, I feel like that was better. That was better.
That's how you made that post on Reddit where you were like, what's that song that goes, I'm going to take my whole Old Town Road?
Because I knew this is what people want to search.
I mean, don't get me wrong, this was right after the era of the meme rapper, but Nas X was actually getting the numbers to back up his social media persona, unlike other acts whose online antics really seem to outshine their actual music.
Hey, bitch, pumping this shit.
Yeah, that's the modern social media music person is just the guy that memes a lot. Like, for me, the best example is like there's this rapper guy, Baby No Money. Essentially, he goes viral for making tweets like, we should kill transphobic people. All right, and then he goes viral for virtue signaling, and then people listen to his song. Now, again, obviously, music taste is subjective. I think his music is dog shit. But he goes viral. He goes viral for like stupid virtue signaling. It's like AI is actually bad and trans people are actually wonderful. It's like, oh, very cool, sir. Very, very inspiring stuff. Now, the thing is, what people don't understand about me on a personal level, I become more transphobic every day that someone virtue signals about trans issues. I do. It's not done on purpose. It's just a side effect of being on the internet. And I realized that my marketing strategy is just saying things that I think, and the ops will clip that and put it everywhere. The ops will make me viral. Shout out to the ops.
I just hit 1 million and we celebrating with a Zan cake, bitch. Aska!
Although I will say Old Town Road was not without its own controversy, as people started to say that he stole the entire trap country sound from a rapper named Lil Tracy, who had released a song 6 months earlier called Like a Farmer.
I got horses in my car like a farmer. Yeehaw, finna pick up your daughter.
Yeah, well, the difference is that song's ass.
Were you a country listener? Did you listen to country, or was it just a vibe?
It was genuinely like I saw like one of these like
and the virtue signal has begun. It always starts somewhere.
Trappish kind of songs. I was like, damn, what if I did that but better? And you know, that's what happened.
Either way, Lil Nas X was absolutely popping off. He was performing at elementary schools all around the country, but many still questioned if he would fall victim to the one-hit wonder curse that plagues so many artists, including Billy Ray Cyrus himself, at least before Old Town Road, that is. But on June 20th, 2019, we would see that the dude was actually bigger than one song, as Lil Nas would drop a 6-pack EP. And in that moment, he made it clear that he was really good at blending genres, and essentially making whatever sounds he wanted from single to single. Nas went from something that sounded like it should be on a Scooby-Doo chase scene, to soft punk rock, futuristic, alternative, and even keeping that country vibe going as well. His 7 EP was positively received by the public, and the songs Rodeo and Panini were immediately deemed as his next hit songs.
What's different between this success you're having now and the success you had with Old Town Road?
I feel like I'm much more in control of, you know, like.
He's entering into the pedosphere. It's over. It's over. Bro, we got black privilege in the background. Hell yeah, dude.
Like I have the reins on it.
Now, a mere 10 days after he would more or less prove that he was more than a lucky artist who caught a hit, Nas would come out of the closet, telling fans on Twitter, some of y'all already—
There it is, baby! No one saw it coming! Let's go! At the peak of popularity, and you want to get another viral tweet, and bammo! There we go, baby. Oh my god. See, again, I have a very simple perspective about personal lives and meshing them with your online shit. Keep it personal. Like, you make songs. You're not a professional gay person. Why should anyone care? But anyway, that's just me.
Y'all don't care. Some of y'all not gonna fuck with me no more. But before this month ends, I want y'all to listen closely to Closure, a song that appears to be about someone finally accepting their sexuality, later confirming this by saying that the rainbow imagery used in his album cover should have made it obvious that he was gay.
One of your recent social media posts hinted towards you revealing something about yourself in the future. And you haven't revealed that yet, and fans are pretty much clamoring to find out what that is.
I kind of revealed, you know.
You've given hints. What do you think you've revealed?
That I am gay.
And while some obviously resented him for this, while others could kind of
I think most people don't actually care, to be honest. It's only the grifters that actually care. No one actually cares about this shit, to be honest.
Less either way, many championed him for coming out at the peak of his popularity.
Did your family know you were gay?
My dad and my sister, but the same month that I came out, I told them pretty much.
And after this, the guy was absolutely everywhere. He was making music with—
What a surprise! He comes out for being gay, and the fucking pedo elites connect him to everyone on the planet. It's probably a coincidence, guys. It probably didn't have anything to do with each other. It's probably not at all that this dude was being artificially inflated due to propaganda that wanted to be pushed. It's probably not the case, okay? He just happens to be gay, okay, guys? I know what you're all thinking. I personally think that your conspiracies are wild, okay? It's totally not artificial at all.
Cardi B, DaBaby, who was red hot at the time, and of course the real Nas, who inspired his name in the first place. And at that point, it was beyond clear that he was being backed by the industry machine.
Wait a minute, so the industry machine started backing him after he publicly came out as gay? Well, color me rainbow colored and surprised. smack my biscuit and suck on Pirate Software's nipples. I didn't see that one coming.
And also that the music was actually good enough to keep him on this upward trajectory. He was getting billions of views and streams on these songs, not even considering Old Town Road and its 1 million remixes. It was like the dude could do no wrong and he was destined to be a pop sensation.
Uh-oh.
Now around this time, Nas would fully embrace his sexuality in both his music and his performances. I would definitely consider this a transitional phase for his public image.
Yeah, so you're saying that once he comes out as gay and he gets backed by fucking elites, he transitions his phase? He has a transitional phase and starts putting out videos having sex with Satan? You mean to tell me that perhaps it was done on purpose? There was a mastermind of sorts that was pushing propaganda? No, it can't be. He's just a guy that sings about cowboys.
As this was something he admits he purposely did, even when it was subconsciously trying to clap back at the haters.
Anybody that's pissed off.
Subconscious. Dude, I love when people do this. Like, it's such a grift. It's crazy. Look, man, I have tons of haters. Literally. I make videos on them, making fun of them every once in a while. I get thousands of death threats. Literally thousands. Because, you know, I say my opinion, and some people don't like what that opinion is every once in a while, it turns out. But I'm absolutely entering my villain arc, and I actually don't care. I literally could not give less of a shit if you don't fuck with my opinions. You have every right to yours, and they're wrong, because mine are correct, it turns out. Oh well, not all the time, but I have a solid 96%, 92 I would say, 92% success rate with my opinions and predictions. Y'all just behind the times, alright? You can call me racist, but you can't call me wrong. Sorry, that was dark. Dude, there's literally a black man on my screen right now. Holy shit, I'm so sorry. That was an accident, I swear!
Are the exact people that need to be pissed off, you know?
And at this point,
nice, you're pissing off the people that need to be pissed off. He just like me, for real. Damn!
Seemed like fully embracing the villain role and kind of pissing people off seemed to be something that Nas really started to enjoy.
You know, my videos are much more like sexual and whatnot. And you know, I used to be happy that people would be like, oh, he's not like those other gay people, like all flamboyant and whatnot. And it was like, that's not a compliment, you know?
Fuck yes, it's a compliment. What? He's like, oh, I used to make videos that weren't explicitly sexual and gay. And people said, I'm really glad that your content isn't explicitly sexual. And he's like, that's not a compliment. And then he doubled down and had sex with Satan on camera. Yeah, this is, again, it's a dude with an absolutely degenerate moral compass that, in my opinion, is being fed into by the Hollywood pedo machine.
Going from using mostly comedy online to promote his music to now also using outrage to funnel attention to himself.
Yep.
So what would you call what you do? Trolling, marketing, what is it?
It's all of it.
I would call it a path to self-destruction. Bro is trying to get an express ticket, a VIP pass, directly to have sex with the real Satan. He's trying his best to get into the top floor of the inferno.
It's all of it. It's trolling, it's marketing. It works.
Yeah, like I respect that. I do the same thing, but unlike him, my fury is righteous. And also, I don't fuck Satan on video for millions to see, which is, in my opinion, one thing that I have above this guy. Oh, God.
If people thought he was going too far in his music videos, he would do something more outrageous on a live stage to provoke them even more. If his detractors said that he should be a role model for kids who listen to his music, he would do everything in his power to push himself out of that pigeonhole.
So, look at this look at this side by side. Nothing, dude, Jamari, who's making this video, absolutely cooked. I'll link him in the description. All right, here you have Lil Nas X going on a tour to fucking, what, elementary schools? Like, these are 6-year-olds or something, all right? And he's talking to them. Bam! He releases a music video having sex with Satan that goes everywhere. Like, bro, this is evil. This is pure evil. I don't even feel like it almost needs to be explained. If you're a role model to children, you should not be doing this shit. Like, you just shouldn't.
No. And seeing all these other artists.
Yeah, it's just trolling. It's just trolling. Yeah, I showed gay porn to a kid, but I trolled the haters. It's wow. Wow, dude. You so cooked those haters.
Who are gay, kind of just like pushed to
Do you think, I think, by the way, stuff like this hurts gay people so much. Like, to be honest, to be real, your average gay person that just wants to live in tranquility, they are getting fucked by the degenerates like you. They are. Because more and more and more, people just don't want this values to be pushed on their children. You know, because realistically, the whole music video having sex with Satan thing is kind of gross.
This box of this bowl of gay artists, and it's like you're here.
It really did seem like every single week Nas was doing something deemed controversial, but he would not.
Didn't he sell Nike shoes with like actual human blood in it?
Not find himself in real hot water until he released the music video.
This black man is in hot water and he can't even swim.
For his song Montero, aka Call Me By Your Name, an allusion that refers to his legal name Montero Lamar Hill, where Nas is featured giving the devil a lap dance after sliding down the stripper pole to hell. This, accompanied by satanic imagery, definitely broke the internet, made a lot of people mad, while others celebrated what they saw as artistic expression. No matter what—
I love when people do that. It's like, oh my god, it was so artistic and expressive when you are a literal idol to children, millions of children, and you do a video giving Satan a lap dance.
Anyone thought, though, this resulted in a massive hit for Lil Nas.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, at the time, he had even more monthly listeners on Spotify than Drake. Though I should note, this can definitely be a deceiving metric.
That was a joke. By the way, I just say who. Every time someone mentions like a famous person, I say who, because it fucks with their ego so much. Like, they hate it.
Trick to gauge an artist's overall success. And he would even double down on the whole Satan thing by releasing a—
I told you about this!
97 Nike Air Max shoe with more devilish illusions and imagery.
But the pentagram and like actual human blood in the sole of the shoe.
Including a drop of blood cemented into every pair of shoes.
The fact that it's on an Air Max 97, talk about this collaboration and how it came about.
With my song and my video, it was kind of like the perfect matchup. We came together and like this shoe, this crazy shoe is here. Look at this, look at the blood. That's insane. It's only 666 pairs of these.
Obviously, this would outrage the Christian community even more.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people gonna love it. Some people gonna be mad over it.
I could see that.
People already demonize who I am and put me in a painting of, okay, he's evil, he's doing this, he's doing that. So it's like, you know what, I'll take that. I'll be that, and I'm gonna make the best of it.
Gonna make the best of it. Well, let's see how that turns out.
And Nike would even leverage a lawsuit against Nas for doing so.
This is about much more than shoes. Mr. Nas X, are you gay? What does this have to do with the shoes?
As this was an unofficial collaboration, to say the least.
Wait, he's making believe that people were mad about this because he's gay? He just calls them homophobic? Yeah, that'll work.
And this would be the first, but definitely not the last time that Nas would go to war with the Christian community. From here, he would put up—
Well, I mean, to be honest, he is everything the antithesis of what Christianity stands for. Like, he literally is. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I could give you a million examples.
A myriad of hit songs, including Sun Goes Down, That's What I Want, Industry Baby with industry plant Jack Harlow, as well as other songs that were well received. Though at that time, he would admit that he feared that his career and overall identity would always be wrapped up in Old Town Road.
Did you ever feel like Old Town Road was bigger than you?
Yeah, definitely.
At one time it was, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was something that he had to learn to accept.
I have this on because I resented Old Town Road for so long, and it's like, no, that's a blessing, that's a gift from God, yeah.
During these next couple of years, he would still use Twitter.
Look, man, I am not Christian, so I always wonder when I see this stuff. It's like, I'm not Christian, but I do very much believe in God. So when I see stuff like this, it always just absolutely sends me. Absolutely sends me. Like, on the one hand, you have someone that, talks about how, this was a blessing from God, a gift from God. He believes in God. He wears a cross. And at the same time, he's, doing lap dances with the devil for content. Like, I always wonder how these things mesh. I'm sure that this is not accepted by the vast majority of Christians, but it always just absolutely sends me on a trip, man.
Virality and other antics to promote his music, but for the most part, he would stay out of the limelight from 2022 through 2023. But at the top of
Because, dude, the only reason why he stayed in the limelight, it's not even because of his songs. He stayed in the limelight because of his antics. He's like, yeah, I know that I'm revered by a million children in America, but, I am going to release a music video giving the devil a lap dance. Obviously, that's going to give you headlines. Obviously, people are going to talk about it because it's fucking gross. Okay, it really is. You are pushing fucking satanic propaganda shit to kids. That's crazy that's just, accepted in mainstream. Like, it really is. But it is. It literally is. Because, honestly, at peak woke, America was kind of really cooked. And I think that we have got to, fight for what we believe in. It's crazy.
Last year, 2024, Lil Nas definitely wanted to stoke his dimming fire once again, as he seemed to be hitting a bit of a lull in his career.
That's it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the numbers were still strong, but his audience and streaming numbers, as well as his social media growth, was essentially cut in half. And this was while still releasing singles on a pretty normal basis. After all, with him being a pop artist,
because it's not about the music.
An album does not necessarily mean much, and I feel like his, or at least the label's strongest strategy, was to try and make every song a spectacle. Meaning, fuck this big body of work, we want the next big hit.
Yeah, so crazy. It's not about releasing the good song, it's about releasing the spectacle that people will talk about. It's so fucking sad. That's why, by the way, this is a conspiracy theory of mine. Him walking around naked at 4 in the morning beating up a cop, I almost wonder if this was done as a marketing campaign.
He turned to his old...
Or if he's truly in the pits of hell in his own soul.
A controversy, going even harder at Christianity directly with his song...
What? I had no idea he made this. Huh?
J. Christ.
Oh my god! Holy shit, dude!
Where he is pictured as his version of Jesus Christ, as well as the devil. This was clearly meant to be his next...
Yeah, he's trying so hard to rage bait. So hard.
Next big single, his next Montero moment, if you will. But it completely struck out compared to his other songs that had controversy centered around them. And even people who weren't Christian took offense to his depiction of himself up on the cross.
Yeah, because it's gross. It absolutely is. It really is. It's disgusting. It's completely disgusting. I have nothing but respect for my my Christian brothers and sisters out there. I really do. I do believe that it's primarily biblical ethics that has made the West as wonderful as it is. That's my perspective. You have every right to disagree. But, like, this is so obvious rage bait. Like, I love how from this guy's perspective, like, just try to put yourself in this head. And this is why you're always going to bump into logical fallacies. This dude will go on a crusade against homophobic people. He'll say, you hate me because I'm gay, and then sell, you know, satanic shoes with blood in it or whatever. Like you hate me because I'm gay. Why do you hate me because I'm gay? This dude fucking hates Christians. He hates Christians in the most truest sense of the word. All right, he resents the fact. I mean, I could give you a whole analysis deep dive. I think he really hates himself. Okay, he obviously does believe in God, and I think he hates himself because, you know, it says in the Bible that, you know, being gay is an abomination. All right, a man having sex with another man is an abomination. It's literally a quote from the Bible. So, I mean, I think he resents himself deeply, and he takes it out on the group of Christians that don't accept him, and that's my perspective on this. And also, I think it was amped up by Hollywood elites that are more than happy to use this guy as a fucking propaganda workhorse to push the most debaucherous shit onto the people. So I just think it's a recipe for disaster. It really is. But again, you have to realize how wild the world is, that on the one hand, being offensive to gay people, that's horrible. That's evil. That you can't do. But being offensive to Christians, don't care. And in my opinion, from your pragmatic, logical, atheistic standpoint, this should be exactly the same. Offending a big group of people should be identical, but it's not. But no one cares about offending Christians or religion at all, for that matter. Right? Christians, Jews, literally no one fucking cares. No one gives a shit. All right? Not even a little. And it's a double standard that, I mean, you could give metaphysical reasons why you think this double standard exists. Perhaps there's a double standard like this because that is what Satan is trying to push onto this world. Or this double standard could exist because, realistically, these are people that don't actually have any ethics or morals. These are people that don't have some sort of fundamental, you know, moral foundation that they use to guide their life. And their life is kind of guided by, well, fuck this, I could do whatever I want. Which is definitely something that seems like it exists a lot these days.
But once again, Nas would come from this standpoint that everyone was taking him too seriously and that he really meant no harm.
But
Guys, were you offended? Were you offended? Were you offended by me, a guy that gave the devil a lap dance, depicted myself as Jesus? Were you offended? Elbozo! Wow! Wow, you really cooked there, sir.
Also didn't mean to, like, mock. This wasn't like a...
Oh, he realizes what he did. This is someone that releases his music video. He sees the reaction and he realizes what he did.
Fuck you to you people.
Yeah, it absolutely was. It wasn't just a fuck you to those people. It was a fuck you to Jesus. It really was. Like, are we kidding? Like, Jesus was not pro-gay marriage. He wasn't. He was a very accepting, loving guy and loved everybody and stuff like that, but he was never pro-gay marriage. You know, the thing that is called an abomination in the Bible. You can believe whatever you want to believe, and you can live your life the way you want. That is not what I am. That's not my business right here. But you absolutely mocked Jesus. Now, own it. Literally own it, bro.
Fuck you to the Christians. Like, you know,
it wasn't. It absolutely was. Of course it was.
It was not that.
Of course it was. Again, these people live in a glass house where they make believe they are the better people. Right? These are the better people. They accept everybody, no matter who they are, if they're gay, if they're trans, if they're black, whatever, it doesn't matter. They will accept everyone equally, except specifically religious people. Those people are not accepted. And they can't explain it. They can't explain their way out of it because there's no ethical, you know, the double standard is so obvious.
It was literally me saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like, that was like the whole thing. I'm not the...
Oh, the whole thing is like you're back like Jesus? Oh, that whole thing? Yeah, you're back like Jesus. Like, bro, yo, like, is that... Oh, look, man, I don't know. I'm not Christian, so I'm not gonna make believe I understand how this would sound. But if someone would tell me, it's like, yo, I am just like God. God and I, the same. I would be like, yeah, all right. You fucking bitch. What are you talking about?
First person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first artist, and I won't be the last. And I know,
yeah, but you're probably the first person to dress up as Jesus after giving the devil a lap dance. Probably.
Given my history with, you know, the Call Me By Your Name video, anything that I do related to religion can be seen as like mockery. That just was not the case with this.
But this time, people were not defending him the way they were before.
Of course not.
And in turn, he would actually double down, once again cosplaying as Jesus. And this time,
yeah, well, what option do you have?
Mocking the eating of the holy bread and the drinking of wine, which in the Catholic community represents the blood and body of Christ. Something obviously not taken lightly by those who believe.
And I will say, though, with the communion video, with me eating the crackers and juice, I thought that video was going to be the video to lighten the mood, to take it down. Like,
no, he didn't. He tried to throw alcohol on the fire. He tried to pour gas on the flame and tried to make it a bigger story. And now he's realizing how fucking bad it is, and he's doubling down and being like, no, it's all praise. It wasn't. Like, dude, it wasn't. Right?
Less serious.
Fine, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Free country, freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech. And also freedom of consequences.
Something that we all wanted to do as kids or whatnot, but I didn't understand, you know, the reality of what it is. You know, it's me eating the communion, which is like the symbolism of like Jesus' blood and bones or something like that. I don't remember.
Bro, you made this video without even like Googling what it is that you did first?
Completely. But I do apologize for that. I will say,
apology not accepted by anybody. And see, apologies on the internet are funny because no one ever believes them because they're all PR moves. They are all PR moves. If the apology doesn't actually come with a good explanation, that shit's never gonna work. That's why apologizing is never a good strategy on the internet because the people that you actually want to accept your apology never will.
I am sorry for that. That was overboard.
So by this point, Nas had pissed off both the Christians and the Catholics, as well as other people in general who kind of just found...
Yeah, because they thought, even the people that supported him for, like, doing the whole, like, satanic shit, like, those people saw him absolutely getting cucked. Dude, he managed to piss off everyone.
The entire thing to be distasteful.
And then, you know, on top of that, like, seeing, like, actual fans, like, turn and say like, whoa, why is he doing this? Why does he keep messing with these people?
Well, obviously it was for clout.
This was obviously a massive blunder and a move that Nas X would regret even more than the music video itself.
Then I looked at the video with me like eating like the communion or whatnot, and I was like, okay, this looks really bad on paper. This thing that I thought was just like a little jokey, fun video.
And like I said before, this song, Jake...
Dude, like, the reason why this is, like, such a joke is because he obviously ran this by all of his producers. Like, he has other people working on this. He has people working on the editing. Like, dude, he had a whole fucking team. He has a whole team. Like, there's no way anyone will think that, oopsie, he slip of the mind. Like, what are we doing?
This was an absolute flop. This would in turn hurt the mental health of Nas X, and at this point, he would definitely shy away from the limelight.
I mean, to be honest, I think that the mental health was already in the shitter. This just was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Seemingly right after he was ramped up for his next big campaign in his career. I feel like it's kind of the same vibes of what happened with that movie Snow White recently. The audience had spoken and they weren't listening to this song, debuting at 69 on the Billboard Hot 100 before falling straight off the charts 1 week later. Comparing this to Old Town Road, which spent 49 straight weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, Industry Baby that did 41 weeks, reaching the #1 spot at one point, and even Montero that spent 35 weeks on the Hot 100, debuting at #1, this was obviously a really bad sign. Because now he had all this backlash with no numbers to make it worth it.
I can say as many things as I want, but knowing my history, they look right, I look wrong.
But still, months later, he stood by his decision.
You know, bleep it out, but my haters. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna go outside.
There it is. There it is. Zero compassion. Didn't learn anything. That's what happens. Double down. What else could you do?
I deserve
I mean, I respect it. I also live by that mantra of fuck my haters or whatever. But then again, once again, I never made a video giving the devil a lap dance. Like, listen, like the advice to fuck the haters works when you actually believe you are morally in the right. And I do. I actually do think I am morally in the right. You know, every time, you know, someone says, oh my God, Nux, how can you be pro-deportation? I actually think I'm just correct that if you're illegal in the country, get the fuck out of the country. So I don't care. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. But I don't even think Lil Nas X believes what he's saying. I don't think he believes what he's saying. I think he is a living identity crisis at this point. Where on the one hand, he has some part of him that has faith, but literally every single one of his actions goes against the faith that he so-called holds. And I think it's tearing him apart. And I think instead of wrestling with it and grappling it and working on himself to make himself a better person, he decides to just say fuck the haters as an escape route. Well, I mean, the results speak for themselves.
To be out here, I deserve the right to exist. Connected with something higher, and I felt like I was just...
I deserve the right to exist. Again, it's an entitlement thing. See, I have a perspective that no one deserves anything. All right? No one deserves anything. All right? You are brought into this world for whatever reason. You don't deserve shit. You do not deserve jack shit. That's my perspective. That's literally it. The only right you have is the right to make decisions. The right of free will is your only right. You have no other rights. Okay? All right? You are lucky to live in America where you have freedom of speech. You don't deserve it. You don't have that as a right. Okay? You are lucky. Thank God that you were put into this period of time, into this country, or wherever you are, you have your advantages, your disadvantages. You are lucky for everything. You don't have the right to walk. Okay? You are lucky that you weren't in a car accident and get paralyzed from the waist down. Okay? That's my perspective on, like, call it bleak, but that's what I have to see. And this dude thinks he is owed everything. Everything. Ego out of this world.
Having fun, and I want to get back to that.
Ego higher than he is when he's walking around naked at 4 o'clock in the morning on drugs.
And not just like, oh, I'm going to teach my haters a lesson. Like,
and so he would be mostly quiet in 2024 besides the occasional random release.
What are you excited about over the next, 12 months for you? What's something that's inspiring, pulling you and pushing you forward right now for the next 12 months?
I think the main thing I'm focused on is picking myself up out of this hole that I feel that I'm in, you know what I mean?
And only a couple of weeks ago would he really begin to campaign for his new album, Days Before Dream Boy. This was released at the tail end of March, and it basically has created zero buzz online, with most of the songs
I didn't even know about
single
this.
Hotbox getting less than a couple 100,000 views in the first 2 months.
That's
in fact,
bad.
I didn't even know this album had come out. And even Lil Nas' social media efforts have been falling flat, with him seemingly unable to go viral.
Right, this is a dude, he claims that his expertise is going viral, making viral memes, and he lost the people. He completely lost the people. And he's spiraling.
Open up doors that ain't never been opened before. This new pussy. This new pussy. This new don't make bitches fall in love.
It's like he's trying his old antics, but they're not working. And this is obviously a massive shift from the time where he could post literally anything, and it was getting millions of impressions and positive reinforcement from the internet.
Like, there's a part of you that likes a little bit of chaos. And I was going to ask you, what does positive chaos look like to Montero, and what does negative chaos look like?
I think that the thing is, it's usually when I can control it. I don't think I have the grip on controlling it. I feel like it does a lot of what it wants now,
Yeah. And at this point, even with this new release, his audience has been cut by over 66% since his peak. And now for Nas, he's going to be at a very interesting place in his career, Because without the numbers, the label has already found a new shiny toy to play with.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
at this point, they're going to start caring less and less about
Of
Nas
course,
X.
they don't care about anybody, right? You are just their new toy, their new shiny toy. Look, ultimately, the music industry, all of the entertainment industries, they're a relationship that is, let's just say, it's a symbiotic relationship. Okay, you gain from the industry when the industry brings you in and cares about you, and you have a lot to gain from that. But the moment you have nothing to give the industry back, they will throw you away. That's just business. That's just the cost of doing business. It's a cutthroat game, bro. That's what I gotta say. Yep, absolutely. Look at the woke Jews. The woke Jews doing business the way it works. Yeah. No, it's absolutely diabolical. It really is. But it's almost sad, but at the same time, it is completely self-inflicted.
And pouring absolutely no gasoline on his career. This can obviously make it very hard to release music, hard to get the budgets he might desire to try and go viral.
I mean, he probably didn't even make back, like, on those videos that he had with, like, 300,000 views on each song, he didn't even make his money back that he spent on the song.
And overall, it's a really bad place to be for him, after they were likely pouring a lot of resources into his career for years.
You know, I started posting the stuff that I wish I would have seen during, like, I don't know, a lot of dark times I've been having in my own life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanted to share that with the people and, get out of my comfort zone of only being, like, the funny man.
Overall, I do think that Nas X is a talented guy.
Yeah, that's holy camoli. Yeah, that's cope. That is 100% cope. It's like, yeah, my videos aren't doing well anymore, and honestly, it's because I decided that I wanted to do things that matter instead of, like, instead of just what's gonna go viral. But realistically, it didn't actually change anything. He's just saying it because the numbers are bad, so that's the excuse. And I totally get it. I felt that way too. Obviously, I changed up my content a lot over the years, and there are always ups and downs. But I have always basically just made the content I wanted to make. I have never done any form of equivalent of a lap dance on the devil. All right, again, we hate to keep going back to this one, but that's kind of crazy.
Who has obviously accomplished more than most in the music industry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with him constantly changing around his style and sound, it is hard to get a core fan base. And after a while, I feel like the antics can start to hurt your career way more than they help.
For sure.
Because it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf, but instead it's the guy who will do absolutely anything for attention. He also alienated his fan base with a few of these moves. And honestly, when your audience is on the younger side, they tend to move on to other artists naturally and swiftly.
Yeah, and also your audience is on the younger side, and then you go out and do this shit.
As they age. And your only hope as an artist is that they either age with you, or you keep bringing in new fans of that same demographic.
Yeah,
but that is extremely hard to do, especially in pop music. The genre that is most dependent on the industry machine. So yes, I want to know what you guys think about Lil.
Yeah, so again, I think this is crazy, and apparently it got so much worse, because now apparently he overdosed and got arrested. So we have to see what actually happened. And guess what? Sell your soul to Satan and bad shit happens, right, dude? This is like actually Faustian bargain, Like, the Faustian bargain? That, like, we are literally living the Faustian bargain, dude. Like, you sell your soul to Satan for some short-term unbelievable success when in the long run, it absolutely consumes your soul. I feel like we're actually seeing that.
So it has been a couple of months since I talked about the difficulties Lil Nas X has been having with his career over the last couple of years. Basically, he had come out of nowhere, created one of the biggest songs of all time with Old Town Road.
He paid $30 for the beat and released the track independently on SoundCloud.
Then I find this beat on YouTube, which is the Old Town Road beat by this guy named Young Keo. And I made this song. It was like a loner cowboy running away from everything. And Old Town Road is like this path of success, and we want to continue on this.
And he followed that up with hit after hit after hit. But every time something was blowing up, he was also wrapped up in massive controversy to promote said song or project.
So what would you call what you do? Trolling, marketing, what is it?
It's all of it. It's all of it. It's trolling, it's marketing.
Yeah.
It works. Anybody that's pissed off are the exact people that need to be pissed off.
Right.
And when that is this,
dude, it's so crazy looking at this from the back. Like, dude, but it's trolling marketing, but it's for like not just causes. Like, I totally respect Troll for Justice. I think that a Troll for Justice is my favorite character on the internet. My favorite internet archetype of person is a Troll for Justice. That is my favorite thing. But dude, when you're like, haha, I'm gonna troll you by Showing a video of having sex with Satan to millions of children that are my audience. It's like, wow, great troll. You offended people. It's like, wow. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Yeah, you got so many people talking. It's like, all right, dude. Like, what is the goal here? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? It's like, yeah, the shock value of sending porn to children. Like, dude, everyone's talking about it. Like, yeah, all right. Not all publicity, good publicity, I guess. Definitely not for your soul, that's for sure.
Strategy you are using to get attention.
This is about much more than shoes. Mr. Nas X, are you gay?
Got him.
Eventually, it becomes less and less shocking over time.
You must be homophobic or racist. That's why you don't like Lil Nas X. It has nothing to do with the whole twerking on Satan thing. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, my brother.
You lose that shock value, and eventually no one cares about the dude screaming for attention in the corner with all his gimmicks. Like, you can only play with religion and the devil so many times before it's burnt all the way out.
True. It's like saying the N-word, all right? Like, if I say the N-word right now, all right? Right now, I say the N-word, a couple people will be shocked. But if I say the N-word a second time later, no one will care, all right? Like, so it's literally the same thing. You know, minus the whole satanic thing. I actually think that having sex with the devil is, like, infinitely worse than saying the N-word. Personally, I think I am of the opinion that the N-word is, you know, a word.
And that is what happened when he released his single J Christ at the top of 2024 in anticipation for a major album rollout, and it totally flopped on its face and pissed off even his most casual fan.
And then, you know, on top of that, like, see,
it's not too late, Lil Nas X. I know how you could come back. You just need to make a Hail Hitler song and everyone will love you. Literally, just go for the Jews. Just go for the Jews. Bro, Jews are like the easiest target ever. Jews, they've been like, man, dude, Jews have been the ultimate scapegoat through all of history. A small group of people that is an organized minority that, you know, works together and is successful, and overrepresented in different groups and areas and fields. Dude, Jews are the perfect scapegoat, my brother. Anyone that has anything bad happening to them, all they need to do to pick up their career is blame the Jews and they will be successful. Look at Jake Shields, okay? MMA fighter, complete loser in the ring. Well, I mean, he could probably beat the hell out of me, but failure when it comes to actual fighting. Was he MMA or UFC? I don't even care. He was irrelevant. No one cared. And then he turns around, makes the Jew Hate podcast, blames everything on the Jews, and now he's successful again. You see, this is the ultimate strategy. Dude, it's the ultimate 85 IQ grift.
Like, actual fans, like, turn and say, like, whoa, why is he doing this? Why does he keep messing with these people? But I also didn't mean to, like, mock. This wasn't like
bullshit.
Fuck you.
Bullshit.
To you people.
Bullshit.
Fuck you to the Christians. Like, you know, it wasn't
bullshit.
It was not that.
So then the labels.
Yeah, again, you know my opinion. I've already stated it, but I just think this is someone that deeply hates himself and who he is. You know, it's whatever.
Eventually did not want to play with him anymore. His name in the entertainment industry was really cooling off. And then he started having all these identity issues because his own self-value.
All right, let's get to the recent stuff.
Fame and online clout.
You know, put out with my haters. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna go outside. I connected with something higher, and I felt like I was just having fun. I want to get back to that, and not just like, oh, I'm gonna teach my haters a lesson.
And overall, after watching hours of interviews with him at various points in his career, I personally think that this guy was getting in too deep with the dark arts. You know, maybe some of that cocaine.
Yeah, I'm with you. Only 13% of the wizards cast about 50% of the spells.
Because he really seemed wired the hell up towards the end of 2023.
Yeah, you know, look, man, you can't fill a hole in your heart with the religion because, you know, you kind of made a mockery of it. You have to replace it with cocaine, it turns out. Damn. And look, everyone looks for a connection to something. Some people have a dad-shaped hole in their heart that they're trying to fill. And he filled his holes with other men. Instead of, you know, anyway.
3. Now combine this with the fact that he couldn't even meme or troll his way into virality like he was so accustomed to at the beginning of his career, and things only got darker for him. He released
he couldn't meme himself into virality. People just had fatigue, man.
This EP days before Dream Boy, which was supposed to kind of like test the waters for the hype around his new upcoming album Dream Boy, and I thought it actually had some
where are we getting
songs,
to the modern
but
stuff?
It flopped as well, and it was also clear that the label cut his budget based on these music videos, and so he stopped promoting this Dream Boy project altogether. The guy got off social media, and once again his fans started wondering what the hell was going on.
Hey guys, don't look at my furniture-less house, but I want to say, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm being flaky and very, very all over the place.
You are.
I was.
That dude's on drugs.
for a long time, you know? These last few years were pretty difficult for me. They have been pretty difficult for me. And I'm just now like arriving to this place of feeling confidence. And most of all,
oh, that's artificial confidence, but buddy, that's the drugs.
I really want to make sure I have fun this time around. I don't think I got to have as much fun because I was more overly focused on.
Dude, why does this happen to everybody? Everybody falls off and then decides, yeah, we're just gonna be doing it for the fun now. We're gonna be doing it because I want to feel fulfilled. That's why everything's changing.
I don't know, make it.
See, I actually transitioned my content into more commentary at the peak of my career. Okay, all right, and then I peaked again because, you know, obviously I'm incredibly funny, hilarious, and also handsome. Not that any of you would ever know. Just whatever. I'm blessed by God. That's how it is. Definitely subscribe. Let's up those numbers. But yeah, nah, dude, nah, bro, nah, dude.
The songs did well, and that's what the fucking Dream Boy era is gonna be. We are fucking coming. Months rise. We are fucking coming.
I will come.
Songs. I have the fucking.
You will not come.
Music. I have the fucking vision.
I'm gonna come.
You guys need to sit patiently. You waited this far. We waited this long. Let's fucking keep going.
Yeah, like even there, bro.
Yeah, that dude's fucking coked out of his brain.
Geek the fuck up to me.
Yeah.
And that was all the way back in February. In April, he would actually lose control over half of his face, sending him to the hospital.
This is me doing a full smile right now, by the way.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's either a stroke or drugs.
It's like, what the fuck? Bro, I can't even laugh right, bro. What the fuck?
And over the last couple of days in particular, he had returned to the internet after months of radio silence. He basically started posting a bunch of cryptic things to his Instagram page, now referring to himself as Queen Madeline.
Dude, the grift continues. The grift continues. Holy shit, bro. Having sex with the devil and being like the most openly flamboyant sexual gay man, that was not enough. The next level.
And posting photos of what appears to be an empty Airbnb or rental property, where he has some random belongings and artwork just laying around. Honestly, the kind
nothing screams ego.
Where he has
like a picture of a portrait of yourself in a crown.
Has some random belongings and artwork just laying around. Honestly, the kind of vibes like he got kicked out of his house and he just grabbed what he could and threw it in his car and basically took it with him to his Airbnb.
Dude.
I mean, just look at the guy's computer and his music setup. It was really on some struggle rapper shit. He also posted a very strange photo where he says, "Oh no, she's gone mad. Crazy, I tell you."
Oh my god, there's no way he tried to do the trans shit before, like, the giant downfall.
And then he just started straight up releasing what appears to be singles from his new album, something I'm sure his record label would not be a fan of. It's almost like a little kid rebelling, I would think. And that is not the first time that he had done this, by the way, releasing music without telling the label, after they've obviously been at odds for quite some time. And he also posted this very strange video as well.
I want to live. I want to live. I want to go. I want to live. I want to live. I want this life. Oh, life. Oh, life.
Now this would all
Yeah, that dude, little hopped up on devil juices. What can I say? Gargled a little bit too much demon cum before. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens to motherfucker. Yeah, crazy. The sell your soul to Satan pipeline is crazy, dude. It's crazy. This dude is like a cautionary tale.
His total crash out, like I'm talking about the dude went total fousey, allegedly ODing, and then he was apparently out in the streets of LA in whitey tighties and white cowboy boots, rambling like a homeless person you would see downtown.
Don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down?
Oh, Lord, this is awful.
Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that.
Oh, God.
I am serving you, and you better be at that party tonight.
Now this would continue for quite some time as he would strut around the street, humming that same weird tune, and pretty much acting like he was given a full-fledged performance.
That's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I wanna throw it far away so you never see it again. Don't miss the party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem?
I mean, he was like on some GTA NPC shit.
Yeah, true!
When I first saw this, the first place my mind went...
Yeah, the first thing I thought of also was this has to be some sort of marketing ploy. Like, this is his new thing. Like, just, gassing up and glazing the devil is not enough. Then insulting Jesus or whatever, that was not enough. Next level, he has to literally do some actual physical shit. go outside naked and get people worried about him. That was my first thought too. And then allegedly he overdosed and beat up a cop. And that changed things, yeah.
It was album rollout, outrage promo. I mean, given this guy's track record, could you really blame me? After all, it is kind of strange that out in the streets of LA, on Ventura Boulevard, regardless of the time, which it was 4 a.m., that only him and this person who happened to be around to film him were present out there.
I mean, that's very possible. I've been on Ventura Boulevard at night, not even at 4 a.m., and it's pretty empty. You know,
you don't see any other?
Everyone's too busy in homeless shelters or, you know, on the streets trying to get some sleep. Yeah, it's kind of a shithole these days, LA.
Other cars or buses or other people walking around. And the whole thing just really seemed fishy to me. I mean, could this all be a humiliation ritual? It is quite
Lee. Yeah, maybe. The Hollywood elites got pissed at him and made him do that. I mean, that's an old conspiracy theory that if you piss off the Hollywood elites, they're gonna humiliate you, like they did with John Cena. They made him show up to the Oscars naked. Like that's an old conspiracy. I don't know, man.
Possible. But regardless of my opinion, the story is that multiple people reported a man walking in the streets of Studio City naked, and that he was still doing this when the police showed up, and that he apparently even had problems with them. Allegedly
he beat up a cop,
catching a battery charge for assaulting an officer, and had to be sedated before they arrested him and apparently took him to the hospital in fear of a possible overdose. And I actually did look up the actual arrest records, and I did find him under a misdemeanor with all of his correct information, so it appears he did legitimately get charges. And TMZ has even reported that he has been taken to jail where he currently resides at least until Monday, but there hasn't been a mugshot or anything like that. And I will say, with the report that he apparently punched a police officer, he's very lucky that this didn't have a different ending than him just ending up in jail.
Completely
because
true.
We have seen that type of situation go left quickly time and time again. Now, we don't really know what's truly going on here.
God bless the police force. That's all I have to say. The least racist people in America. Shout out to our boys in blue, fighting every day to keep Americans safe. Beast! Am I right, guys? Can we get a shout out for our boys in blue? Yeah, that is a good example of rage bait, all right? So I know that a lot of people obviously hate the police because of just random social media outrage for the most part, in my opinion. You know, they hate that stuff, so whenever I say that, it gets people annoyed. No, the police are actually bad. They're all racist, yada, yada, yada. But I actually believe that the police force are goated. I have nothing but respect for our police, our firefighters, our people in the military, people that give their lives, put their body on the line for our country. Those are the people that I respect the most in society, actually. So, you know, that is a classic example of rage bait, where I'll say something that will annoy the worst people, right? Like saying that shout out to our police force, the least racist people on the planet. That is literally targeting the retards. See, that's how you rage bait, Lil Nas X. And I didn't even have to sell my soul to Satan to do it.
I'm guessing some sort of drug-induced psychosis, possibly, as there have been rumors that this guy is running out of money due to his drug issues. I mean, just look at where this guy was staying.
It's not good, dude.
He should have at least $30 million in his bank account right now when he's crashing out in Airbnb.
Unless
and
he's
it's
high.
beyond Apple doesn't want anything to do with him for over a year.
All right, so here's my prediction for the future for Lil Nas X. All right, my prediction for the future is complete and utter crash out downward spiral into irrelevance, oblivion, or worse. Or he manages, or just absolute flatline, continues to do, you know, basic soulless music forever until it eventually peters out instead of just like a giant crash out destruction. Or 3, he revives his career by going down the anti-Semitism route. I'm not even joking. This is easily the most popular way right now to get clout on the internet from 85 IQ people. You literally just start blaming everything on the Jews, right? These are the 3 strategies he has, all right? Absolute destruction, downward spiral, oblivion, flatline, or go down the anti-Semitism route. Those are the only 3 options for Lil Nas X, I got to say.
Likely leaving him unable to release music the way that he wants, and after this I wouldn't be surprised if he gets dropped altogether. And I'm gonna tell you guys, if he thought it was ugly before just being at odds with the label, like without the power of that machine, it's going to be a lot worse for him. To me, it's all a good lesson that losing your mind, your soul, and your light...
Yeah, dude, the woke Jews, they did not do good by this guy, to be honest. Like, he has a Kanye-sized chip on his shoulder, and I would not be surprised if that happens. Because the woke Jews, they failed him. I'll be real. I know I'm obviously memeing. Not every guy in Hollywood's Jewish. But it's really funny to blame the woke Jews, I'll be honest.
Just to be famous and play with celebrities and money will never be worth the price you eventually have to pay. And I really just think that the music industry chewed this dude up and spit him out.
Absolutely.
And it's very sad because early on you can really see that light in his eyes, that excitement of your dream coming true. Yep. And now for the last couple of years, it's really been totally gone. But either way, I want to know what you guys think about this situation down below.
Yeah, of course, I will be linking Jamari's video in the description. He did a great job covering this. But yeah, no, I think this is the most hearkening, obvious tale of a man that destroyed himself for clout, that gave into ego and greed, and hedonism and lust and all forms of different debauchery in order to, you know, grow his brand to the best of his ability. He went into bed with some of the other greedy motherfuckers in the industry, the fucking Hollywood pedophile cult. All right, look, I don't even want to get started with that elite society shit, which drives me insane. I hate it so much. But even more than that, like, I think this is like the most obvious example, and I think a telling tale. A man that literally sold his soul to the devil, got unbelievable riches and fame for it, and absolutely paid the price a few years later. Overdosing, arrested for battery of a police officer, humiliating himself in public, and honestly, just a sad, sad sight. So, let this be a lesson to ye. Black person in trouble, can't even swim. This is so sad. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.